Thank you. Thank you very much, Ahim, for this insight. We will discuss this information and these topics further on. But now I'd like to give the floor to Vendelin, who will present his position. And the question I would like to ask him is, what actions can be taken to support UAS operators and authorities involved in the authorization?
So have you mentioned I'm a firefighter? So I'm very concerned about emergencies. And actually, there is plenty of challenges for us. But first, I would like to start to ask a question to the Assembly. What are you expecting from firefighters? Like, what people are expecting from firefighters in Italy, in Spain, in France, in Sweden? It's to save lives, it's to fight fires, it's to respond very quickly to flood or earthquake. The thing is, they are almost using drones today, but even if they are facing the same emergencies, the same crises, they are not at all using drones in the same way. They are under different rules today. And it's a challenge for today because Spanish firefighters are not allowed to fly directly like that because they have to respect the same rules that commercial operators. When in the same time in Italy there are state aircraft, so they can do almost all what they want. But in Spain they are not state aircraft. Like in France, we are not state aircraft, so we have an exemption to fly under exemption, but we are trying to manage the risk and to do our mission. But in the same time, in Sweden, they can book an airspace in 10 minutes by phone. So I'm just saying that in all countries in Europe, there is different rules for firefighters facing the same mission. So it's a challenge for us to be in the efficacy, you know. But the good news is tomorrow there will be a new European legislation. So yes, tomorrow all firefighters who are not state aircraft, they will follow the European legislation. But according to me, the European legislation is not fitted perfectly for us. Why? First of all, if you remember, initially the European legislation was not designed for emergencies, it was excluded. So it's not totally fit and adapted for us. So of course, yes, today the very first scenarios of flying with European legislation, we can do a lot of things. I think we can do almost 70 or 80% of our missions. The challenge is like the 20 or 30% that we need, like a complement. How we deal with that? It's to have complementary maybe scenarios, but at the same time we need to harmonize for all European firefighters in all countries, because it's not about flying drones like that, it's about to respond to our operational needs, because we need to reach specific parts sometimes, or to do specific missions to respond to a crisis. So our needs, we need specific flying scenarios. And it's very, very specific. And that's why I think we should start from our needs to specific scenarios. And that's why we need to find new solutions to respond to the new challenges for us, to have an harmonized emergency scenarios for tomorrow for firefighters, to give us the best chance to save lives and do our mission like we can.
Thank you. Thank you very much from this perspective of a very specific category, let's say the firefighting, but I think it's a very, very interesting voice in our discussion. Let me